Okay. I've decided that I've had enough with negative people. And so, what I've decided to do is if people are constantly putting negative stuff, negative comments down on my wall, um, and they are constantly posting mainstream news lies, the first thing that I'm going to do, the first strike, is I unfollow them. And then the second strike is bye bye. I'm culling you. I'm unfriending you. And so I just happened now. I just posted something, and once again, one of these people who is a naysayer, a highly toxic, negative person, um, posted something negative again. And once again, what they're doing is they're reinforcing the idea that this is a killer virus. These people are trolls, they are hopelessly lost, and I'm not going to have them putting their shit all over my wall. So I didn't even say goodbye, I just went bloop, unfriend. Now, some people would say that somehow this is creating a polarity because I'm not allowing free speech. And yes, yes, the days of free speech are over. Either you're toxic or you're not. Either you're on a downward spiral into reinforcing the negative messages that are coming through mainstream news, which means that you haven't done any internal work on yourself. You haven't sat and meditated. You haven't connected to your source. You are just repeating the fucking lies of mainstream media. And, if you've been on my friends list for a while, you've had the opportunity to come and visit. I know you have Facebook algorithms that bring you here, there, and everywhere, but you have a choice. You have a choice. Your choice is either you raise your consciousness and ascend on the scale of human consciousness, or you go down the toilet and you go down to fear, which is at the bottom. It's actually a death vibration. The fear vibration is death. It is so low on the scale of consciousness. And I'm not going to put up with it. In my world, if you're going to be a highly toxic, negative person, you're going to hear about it from me. And some people are just going to be deleted as being toxic. And other people that I can't delete, they're going to meet my inner crocodile. My inner crocodile that is going to refuse to lower my vibration down to meet you in the toilet of fear. And there are certain people that I can't get out of my life because they are family. So they better be ready for my big alligator crocodile teeth because I am not going to, it's usually, let's just settle on something we have in common, and we have nothing in common. If we have nothing in common, I am not going to agree to your reality, which is highly toxic, negative, from watching mainstream news, addiction to mainstream news, which isn't even news, it's all fake bullshit designed to lower your vibration by giving you horrible, nasty news day after day after day after day. And it's created by the cabal. These are people that want to keep all of us scared so they can control us and keep us in this same stupid reality. Consumerism, debt slavery. I don't want any more of it. So I'm just click, bye bye, bye bye. And some commentators have said that there is going to be a great separation among humans because everyone, well, maybe they don't know, this common world we live in is not physical. It is a consciousness thing. We co create this world. It sure looks solid, but as I've said many times, whether you listen to advanced sages, who are people who have got very high consciousness, or you go and study quantum physics, everything that is here is in mind. It is not physical. So there is no flat earth and there is no globe earth. This is like a hologram. It's a hologram. And if you're highly toxic and negative, you're just going to be stuck forever until you decide, I've had enough of it, and raise your consciousness. So, people that are insisting on living in fear are going to perhaps have their own hologram with other fearful people, and that's going to be their existence. And then there's going to be other people who have raised their consciousness, and they're going to co create a different world that they're going to experience with other people who have raised their vibrations. So there's at least one split going on. Maybe another one. Maybe there's another split of people who, I just heard this again today by a commentator, a lot of people apparently are going to drop dead because they've put it somewhere in their soul contract they want to experience one more death. Stupid. You don't have to have another death. You can raise your vibration and you don't have to have a drop the body because the body is not physical. It's in consciousness. So if you're planning on dropping dead, it's because you're brainwashed and you have a low vibration of death, which basically is maybe it's under 200 on the scale of consciousness, because everything under 200 is negativity. So if you're underneath there, that's why these things happen. Somebody else wants to know, okay, I don't really get it. How do I raise my consciousness? You have to do it yourself. You can't watch a program on television. And how do you do it? You have to become educated on the scale of consciousness. You have to become educated on it. How am I going to get educated on it? Well, the best teacher is the one who really came up with the scale of human consciousness, Dr. David R. Hawkins. So you can get into some of Dr. Hawkins' books. There are YouTubes of Dr. David R. Hawkins. You can listen to him for free. If you want one book of Dr. Hawkins, Transcending the Levels of Consciousness, read that book, study it. Look at the scale of human consciousness. And what you have to do is you got to let go of all the negativity in your life. And you have to have discernment, because what you think is negative may not be negative. In other words, removing yourself from toxic people, you might think, well, that's a negativity. No, it's not. So you have to become really educated in consciousness. You have to let go of other people. If you're attached to other people because they're your friends or your family, it's an attachment and it's not consciousness. Yes, you can wish them well on their own consciousness journey. But in the end, it's your ascension. You've got to do it. Some people say, well, we're not supposed to leave anyone behind. Yes, We're not supposed to leave anyone behind, but it doesn't mean you have to wait at the low end of the scale of consciousness for them. You don't do it that way. You raise your vibration. It actually makes it easier for them to raise their vibration. The more people who raise up their vibration, the more easy it is for the others. But you can't sit at a low vibration and wait for everyone to agree. We're going to work together and go up the scale. It's wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. And if you've got toxic people in your life, as much as you can, you've got to isolate yourself from them, because they've had a whole lifetime to figure it out. And if they're still putting out garbage comments on your Facebook page, time to tell them, unfriend, toodaloo. You don't need these garbage people. They are not smart. They are not conscious, and they are not doing anything to learn about it, you know? They'd rather go and put a negative comment on my wall than to scroll through my wall and see what's there, or to go on, my YouTube, where I make all these videos for people. So I just don't want to have other people come and see negative comments on my wall. So that's how it works. My crocodile has spoken. And the Cat in the Hat is still here, looking at you silly humans and saying, I'm an enlightened cat. When are you going to come and join me? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share.